these auspicious prayers on creating auspiciousness by sound vibration on an auspicious occasion is standard Vedic practice. Those not familiar with these prayers, they're spoken by the original preceptor of our sampradaya, Lord Brahma. They're after the mature fruit of his realization from chanting of his mantra. Actually, he received two mantras. One was the Gopal mantra, commonly known as Gopal mantra, that he received from the prototype Saraswati, not his wife. His wife is her expansion. And by chanting that mantra, he then qualified himself to receive the sound of Krishna's flute. He heard Krishna's flute. And then from his mouth came another Gayatri mantra, Kama Gayatri mantra. And for a long time, he just chanted his mantra because there wasn't anything to do. No cell phones to answer, no internet email to respond to, nobody knocking on his door. There wasn't anybody. There wasn't anything. All there was darkness in all directions and his mantra. So he was pretty absorbed. And according to the language of Brahma Samhita, he became well acquainted with the ocean of truth, with a capital T. And then he spoke that truth in the form of these mantras that are describing all kinds of wonderful things, the entire spiritual world, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's abode, Krishna's unlimited potencies, and so many wonderful things. So many, many, many. Prabhupada speaks of it or writes about it in one purport and includes like 60 things. These verses cover many, many topics in short, in brief, but they're very ecstatic, and the essence of them is that Krishna is the source of Govinda, specifically is the source of everything. So just, even if you don't know the meaning, just hearing the sound vibration, it's very elevating. And the more you become familiar with these prayers, and as Prabhupada advised us to enter into the spirit of this hymn as a regular daily function, it grows on you. Realization of Krishna grows on you. Appreciation for Krishna grows on you. Mantras are very powerful. So the auspicious occasion is initiation ceremony for some very wonderful members of our Hare Krishna Society here in central New Jersey. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke about the good fortune of coming in contact with the process of devotional service. It's a very nice verse. He spoke, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Bhai Bhakti Lata Bija. After wandering and wandering, countless births, countless lifetimes in so many different species, finally coming to the human form of life, and then amongst, think about it, how many people in the world, whatever the world population is these days, how many persons have come in contact with the seed of bhakti? Some have, and many have not, but those that have, some said yes, some said no. And those that said yes are very fortunate, and those who have said yes and have cultivated sincerely the process of devotional service, bhakti lata the creeper, the seed of the creeper of devotion is the desire to render service. Awakening of that service to Krishna, because service is the natural propensity of every living entity, and service to Krishna is forgotten. Instead, we serve so many other masters instead of Krishna, the divine master. So cultivating that process of bhakti brings one to this position. I learned something from studying the writings of Jiva Goswami, and that is, when I grew up in Krishna consciousness, whenever there was an initiation ceremony, at least the ones that I attended, invariably Prabhupada referred to 2 verses, and I found out later part of the reason why. They're verses that are cited by Jiva Goswami when he discusses what we're doing, initiation. The process of initiation, he referred to these 2 verses. So Prabhupada, following the great Acharya Jiva Goswami, he also did. Following Prabhupada, I will also. Tasmat Guru Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttama Shabde Parecha Nishnatam Brahmani Upashamashrayam. Is that a bird or a child? So, Tasmat. This is a verse from 11th canto, chapter 5, discussion between the Navyogendras and King Nimi. It's part of a larger discussion where the Tasmat, therefore, is like a conclusion. Therefore, Tasmat, Guru Prapadyeta, Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. That person, therefore, that person who wants, the way Prabhupada translated as is real happiness, I think that's pretty much everybody. We want happiness, but we may not even know what real happiness is. But if we're a little discriminating, when you move from one happiness to another happiness, another happiness, another happiness, and it's never satisfying, that's not what happiness is. That's not what happiness is. It's Maya, it's a distraction or the illusion from what the real thing, what real happiness is. Yeah. So, Jigyasu Shreya Uttama, literally it means ultimate benefit. Those of you that are from India and you already know, at least you know Hindi, you have an advantage, but those of us that don't know anything about anything, we have an advantage too. Because just hearing from Srila Prabhupada explain words, it's like you're a blank slate. And then, so here's one I learned. There are 2 words. No, Prabhupada would start. There are 2 words, Shreyas and Preyas. Preyas means short-term benefit. Shreyas means long-term benefit. And then he would say, just like a child, they want to play. That's Preyas, or Playas. Preyas, short-term benefit. And then at some point, mother and father say, okay, you're 5 years old, it's time to go to school. No, we want to play. No, but there's something besides playing. Later you're going to grow up and you're going to need education, so you have to set aside some of that playing time for study time, for its shreyas, longer-term benefit. And then there's Shreya Uttama, ultimate, topmost benefit. So those that are inquisitive, Jigyasu, Shreya Uttama, that person requires a spiritual master. And then Prabhupada would say, the spiritual master is not just some fashion. Oh, my friend, they have a spiritual master. I should get a spiritual master too. like, a puppy dog or a hula hoop or a new pair of shoes or something that's fashionable. Not like that. That's not why you need a spiritual master, because the other kids are doing it. But for the purpose of Shreya Uttama, and one who's inquisitive about Shreya Uttama, that person requires a spiritual master. And then, Tasmat Gurupapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttama Shabde Pare Chanishnatam Brahmani Upashamashriyam. So how do you tell who a spiritual master is? What's the qualification? Of course, standard qualification from Bhagavad Gita is, minimally, they must be in disciplic succession. Minimally, that's chapter 4, Bhagavad Gita. Shabde Pare Chanishnatam. Prabhupada would say the qualification is they're shabde, they're fixed in shabda, spiritual sound vibration. They've understood, just like the sages say about sutta. Not only sutta, we want to hear from you not only because you heard from Shukadeva Goswami, but you've understood what he said. And not only you understood what he said, but you've realized it fully. And not only you realized it fully, but you're very expert at explaining what you've realized. So we want to hear from you. Shabde parecha nishnatam. Prabhupada explained this other phrase means, and when there are others that come forward to that Shabde pare person, they can remove their doubts. Brahmani upashamashrayam, fixed in the absolute truth, and upashamashrayam, casting far away material considerations. Material considerations means specifically trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. Another very simple definition between material and spiritual. Really simple one. Material means that which is seen as separate from Krishna. Spiritual means to see in relation to Krishna. That's spiritual. Those of you that were not with us for this nice weekend, a little sharing. After this 64-round day and the whole weekend we spent together, one member came and spoke to me and said, this was really, really helpful, and I have a doubt. Keeping it simple, I'm not really sure how it happened, because the instrument that was being used was something material. The tongue and the ear, they're material. So how do we get to this spiritual place? I remember you're saying the first Friday evening, this is for the benefit of those that didn't come as well as for our initiates. An essential effort in any kind of spiritual activity is to leave aside upashamashrayam, leave aside the material considerations, and accept our real identity as spirit soul, which is, we all agree that we're spirit soul, but to act on that platform of consciousness, that takes some effort, brahminical effort, spiritual effort. So how can we do a material activity and get to a spiritual place was basically the question. And that question was asked in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a little sharing. It's the drama of the Srimad Bhagavatam helps understand the principle. In the end of the 10th canto, chapter 87, almost the end, almost the final chapter. So Shukadeva Goswami has done this hearing, and all 9 cantos, the whole 10th canto, Krishna's pastimes, his birth, his living in Mathura, his going to Dwaraka, and marrying 16,000 wives, and so many, all the activities. and the pastimes of Krishna are nearly concluded. The departure of Krishna described in the 11th canto. So in chapter 87, Shukadeva Goswami hears from Maharaj Parikshit, I'm ready. My consciousness is fixed. Let that mystical snake bird or whatever it is come now, because when the body is gone, I'm going to Krishna. And then, paraphrasing, however, I have a doubt, because how do we get here? Because you were using something material, the tongue, and I was using something material, the ear, so how can something material get you to a spiritual place? Same question. Shukadeva Goswami responds, excellent question. It's such a nice and such an important question. The same topic was discussed long, long ago. Great sages were discussing the same topic. And when they were discussing the same topic, they said, this is such a nice question. Long, long ago it was discussed. Now there's a classic question. And the discussion was the personified Vedas and the Upanishads having a little powwow, a little, discussion. It's the longest chapter in the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 87. And if you like philosophy, you'll like chapter 87. If you don't like philosophy, don't bother reading it. I'll just give you the summary of it. The summary of it is, Shukadeva Goswami says, everything comes from Krishna. And so when something that comes from Krishna is used in Krishna's service, it becomes spiritualized, including the tongue. It can act in a spiritual way. The ear can act in a spiritual way. The mind can act in a spiritual way. It can become spiritualized. Oh, that's how it works. Through sound vibration, because the ear and the tongue, they're very involved in sound vibration. So now I'm going to go to again, for the benefit of those that were not with us over the weekend, and reminder for those that are being initiated, because for the ongoing process of devotional service, the hearing and vibrating activity, it's what got you here, and it's what's needed to keep you going further in your Krishna consciousness. So the vows that you'll be taking will continue. So I'm just going to speak. We discussed 40 verses from Canto 10, Chapter 14, prayers by Lord Brahma after he stole the calves and the cowherd boys, put them in a cave, and had this amazing vision that Krishna showed him. And he realized that Krishna is the original person. And he bowed before Krishna again and again, fell down like a rod again and again. Tears of joy streaming from his eyes, what mercy he had been shown by Krishna. And then he offered very beautiful prayers. So I'm just going to discuss two of those. One of them is text 3 from chapter 14, which, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically, Lord Chaitanya accepted this verse as the goal of life and the means to achieve it, spoken by Lord Brahma. And so we're going to discuss. When you're engaged in devotional service, you need to know the goal. I remember hearing this from Prabhupada several times, and it kind of went in. And the message was, when the goal is very clearly defined, it's very easy to take steps to get there. Conversely, if a goal is not well defined, it's very difficult to take steps to get there. I could elaborate, but it's... So the goal is what? Well, we could say a number of things as the goal. And the means to get there. The goal is to be with Krishna, or situated in our relationship with Krishna, wherever Krishna wants us to be. That If we're in our relationship with Krishna, we're with Krishna. Even we're in central New Jersey or wherever you might be, New York, or people are from different places, came for the weekend. Wherever the body may be, you can be with Krishna. And then Prabhupada, it's too easy to tell stories. Prabhupada was describing once, he had arrived in Los Angeles, and a big reception at the airport, and big kirtan, and totally disrupted the airport because at that time we didn't have the security arrangement, no TSA, everyone could go anywhere. So 300 devotees went down to the gate to receive Prabhupada, and big kirtan, and throwing flower petals all over the place. The janitors were really upset. Security didn't know what to do. And Prabhupada got into his car and came to the temple. So he's seated in his quarters. Maybe you've been in his quarters in Los Angeles. And everyone's bubbling and enthusiastic. What's Prabhupada going to say? So he said, I know that you're always very attached to hearing what is Prabhupada doing now. And then he just kind of paraphrased, Prabhupada is in India, but soon he's going to go to Japan. And he's going to see Sudama Maharaj. And then he's going to go to Australia and see Madhavisa Swami and go to the farm in Australia. And then he's going to go to Hawaii, and Hawaii is going to do these things. And soon he's going to arrive in Los Angeles. In this way, you're always talking about my activities, I know. He said, but one thing you should know is actually I'm always with Krishna. Which directly relates to the topic that we spoke about on Friday evening, and also this evening. Friday evening is, we're not the body, we're the soul, and the soul connected with Krishna is with Krishna. And the connection with Krishna is through bhakti. Now the activities of bhakti are devotional service, but that's not who we are. We're not the activities of devotional service. We're the soul engaged in Krishna's eternal service. And that's what Brahma is saying in this third prayer, the goal of life and the means to achieve it. Jnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaditam bhavadiyavartan stane statak shrutikatam tanavan manobir ye prayaso jita jito pyasi taistrilokyam. Even sounds nice. I just want to emphasize, for lack of time, just two words, two terms in this verse. Jivanti bhavadiyavartam. Jivanti means to live, and bhavadiyavartan means topics related to Krishna. The life, the means to achieve the goal is to live with the topics related to Krishna. Dedicate, Prabhupada has translated as, dedicated one's life in all respects to the topics of Krishna. We can do this even in, Kali Yuga, in modern crazy times. We can dedicate ourselves to these messages. It takes a commitment to do so, but when one is committed, you'll find a way to do so. In the workplace, in your home, wherever you are. And of course, the most important of all sound vibrations that we dedicate ourselves to is the holy name. And the other verse that we spent some time with this weekend, Tate nukampam susamikshamano bhujana evatma kritam vipakam. Again, just taking the phrase susamikshamano. Anukampam susamikshamano. Susamikshamano means sincerely dedicated to the expectation of receiving Krishna's mercy, or anukampam, his compassion. His compassion comes to us, here's one manifestation of his compassion, is the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's the literary manifestation of Krishna. Here's another, the deity form of Krishna, a very merciful manifestation of Krishna. And some devotees seated right by me here, they're dedicated to the service of Radhashama Sundar. And all of us are dedicated, whatever our particular service may be, we're dedicated to the holy name. To the degree that we take shelter, not just chant, but take shelter of the holy name, then we can, expecting Krishna's mercy will come. Krishna's mercy comes. Krishna is ready to be very merciful. We're just lazy, or complacent, or distracted, or too busy, or something, covered. But if that seed of bhakti, bhakti lata bija, if the seed of bhakti can be nourished by sincerely hearing messages, exactly as this verse quoted by Jiva Goswami, I spoke earlier, then everything can come. Tad vijnanartam sagarum eva abhigachet samet pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. That's the other verse. It's an Upanishad verse. One must, tad vijnanartam sagarum eva abhigachet. One must, imperative, one must take shelter of a spiritual master. And samet pani, in a humble mood, be ready to render any service. Shrotriyam brahmanishtam, that's this qualification of the spiritual master who has heard and is fixed in transcendence. Perfect combination for making progress. So the devotees here, it's already 7:25. I'm going to have to close up. The devotees here are very sincere. I've had relationship with these devotees for quite some time. I'd like to invite Madhupati, if you would, say a few words specifically. Whenever I hear Madhupati speak about the devotees seated here for initiation, he just regularly speaks about how enthusiastic they are for service. He's just so appreciative of the mood of service. And, you know, with like these events that took place, this and the previous one, I don't know how many hours of service they did, but lots of service. I hope you chanted all your rounds in the course of all the service that you did. So say something in appreciation of these devotees, and then we'll...
Hare Krishna. So we'll start with Prem Kishore Prabhu, who is taking second initiation today. Prem Kishore Prabhu has been serving Central New Jersey Yatra in many, many ways. Is coordinating these retreats, last retreat Tattva Sandarbha retreat, as well as Japa retreat, continuously engaged in cooking, coordinating cooking, serving prasadam, doing all kinds of odds and ends, plus additionally he will organize our picnics. So he has been serving our yatra in many, many ways. So let's thank him. Prakash Prabhu and Mataji, Trupti Mataji. Prakash Prabhu, when we, in a very short time, when we acquired this temple in last August, from January onwards, we were renovating this place. And Prakash Prabhu, every day in the evening, there was a team of devotees with the late Kalpa Vriksha Prabhu, but Prakash Prabhu was part of that. Every day, helping out in the renovation work. And along with that, he's also helping out in many different ways. He's also coordinating our kitchen right now, right? The kitchen services he's coordinating. Trupti Mataji is very artistic. She helps out in all the decorations for the Govardhan Puja especially. Last year also as well as this year, she made wonderful Govardhan with all food items. Krishna Shamla Prabhu has also been helping out in many ways, especially with our deities now. Rajni Mataji is coordinating our garland making with all the volunteers, and Krishna Shamla Prabhu is very nicely helping getting all the flowers from the vendors and all. So, yeah, also Rajni Mataji also is very artistic in making dresses. So she stitches dresses. So she stitched many dresses for Shri Radha Shyam Sundar. Right? Yeah. Night dresses, even day dresses, which are very nicely she stitched, and very nicely she has that skill to serve the Lord for making garlands, and she has been nicely utilizing that. Prabhuji and Mataji are parents of Veerbhadra Prabhu. Veerbhadra Prabhu, Srimati Mataji are nicely serving our yatra. Srimati Mataji is coordinating our Sankirtan along with Simeshwar Prabhu. In the month of December, we had a December marathon, and she was leading Radharani team. And I hope Radharani team wins, right? All right. So we'll be declaring the result after the end. And Veerbhadra Prabhu is coordinating the entire cleaning and serving in the community hall on Sunday feast. So, and at the same time, both of them, they do homeschooling of the children, Rishika and Shreyas. And if you see Shreyas, you'll see that he's so energetic. To even calm him down, it requires like a whole army. So they're handling that, so it's very good. So, okay. And the parents are assisting in that. Okay, Hare Krishna. Haribol. Haribol. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Dear Madhupati Prabhu already mentioned the detailed services of these Vaishnavas, so I don't want to repeat. But Krishna Samla Prabhu's family and Prem Kishore Prabhu's family, they've been connected through our Bhakti Vriksha programs, through our community, to our hearts. What I appreciate in both of these cases, that they've been always very open to share their hearts. We all go through challenges in our different services, in our ashrams, but very openly coming forward and taking some thoughts from other Vaishnavas and actually applying in their lives and making wonderful changes, especially in respect of keeping the community together. We all have different challenges. So it's wonderful to see Vaishnavas who progress. They go from A to B to C to X, Y, Z, and then come to the place where now they're ready for initiations and Brahman initiations, actually developing Brahman's qualities, striving sincerely to develop those qualities, and then taking the step to take initiation, not hurrying that, oh, I need Brahman initiation today. That mood I always appreciated, Prem Kishore Prabhu's case. Prakash Prabhu's family, I was very amazed to see his services mood and humility. Actually, just 2-3 weeks ago, we had IDC course And he emailed me and called me. He said he wants to take the course. I said, I heard you already took online. You don't need to take, you passed. He said, I passed. So he said, no, Prabhuji, that I did not actually passed, but I really want to sit through and just get the experience and learn more. And I was amazed with him. We had 4 full days of IDC, and he actually participated so nicely. And I actually mentioned to him in the beginning, I said, you can please help me. I'm also doing this first time. But he raised his hand, he commented on different things, and we really enjoyed together. And I was appreciating that he had such an humility. Usually devotees take some courses and they become proud that, oh, I have done this, so now I can take an advanced one, but I don't need to repeat. So it's such a wonderful mood of these Vaishnavas, and they're perfectly qualified. Veerbhadra Prabhu's families, they're very dear to my heart. Every time they come to the temple and we hug each other, and I really like, they have wonderful, humble mood. They always wanted to connect with Krishna conscious Guru Parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava Guru Parampara. Now they're fully qualified to do so. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Prema Kishore Prabhu, I know him from 2009 or so. So, I would say is a warrior devotee. So, whenever service is needed, so I can count on him. He will do any service. He is our wrap-up manager. So, after everybody is done, he is ready to clean, even from morning to evening. Even if he cooks, still he is going to clean up. So, many our big program, Janmashtami, even Atlantic City Radhayatra. So, at the end, he is there to help us out in wrap-up. And I enjoy taking his association, learning the qualities, good qualities of a devotee from him. So he's a great cook, and he's always ready to cook at any time. Even last 10 minutes you tell him you have to cook, he is ready to cook. He's ready to help even on the personal level also. He has so much genuine love and compassion for others, and he shares his heart with those, some of the devotees. Especially he was helping even on the material side in the office also. I know he helped many to, put him on the job and whatnot. So in every angle is very genuine, nice, caring and loving. So Krishna will bless him to become a wonderful Vaishnava. Then the Prakash Prabhu is another warrior. So he's there for every service from I think 2009 or 2010. So many services, wonderful painter, you name it, any service he does with really, like recently we had a program at his home for the Damodar program. He and Mataji, Prabhuji and Mataji cooked so many items, unbelievable. Even before here also, just to serve Vaishnavas. They didn't take any help from anyone. Just 2 of them made not simple items, that also very complicated, it takes a lot of time. Whole time and effort they put to serve just Vaishnavas. So from there we can see how much genuine love and compassion for for everyone, and want to serve to please His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada and his spiritual master. So those are the qualities I cherish and want to take their association more and more and learn new things. So Krishna Syamala Prabhu and Mataji also wonderful devotees, especially Mataji does so much garland service and a great cook, and Prabhuji also helps in Mataji whatever help is needed, and then he helps in a different ways, so because of his health reasons. Otherwise he also does a lot of services here. And then Mataji and Prabhuji, Veerbhadra Prabhu's parents, from the day they came here, they are doing continuous service. Even when we are doing a grand opening, almost 5-6 months, they were doing cleanup and so many things, everything. Even though they are elderly, still they were doing like, youngsters. They were doing so many services, wonderful service. So even till today, so they will not just sit, I'm elderly, I'm 70 years old, I just sit and chant, I don't need to do any service kind of. They are always into this devotional mode. So it's wonderful qualities to take from them, learn from them.
Someone will have to translate in Telugu for you afterwards. So, paying obeisances to Prabhupada is a long journey to get around everybody. Take the rope and drop the rope. Could everyone just go? Can make it quickly. Obeisances to Prabhupada, then come back, please. Just have a seat because I'm going to give you your Gayatri mantra, but leave space for them to get in and out. Prakash and Tripti, come. Come right here. Pay obeisances here, and I'm going to give you your beads and so forth. Okay, before Radha Shama Sundar and all the assembled devotees, you're going to take your vows. How many rounds you'll chant every day on your beads? Minimum 16. And the rules that you'll follow?
No gambling, no meat, including egg and fish.
Okay,
No exercise, no intoxication,
Okay.
tea and coffee.
okay,
Chant in 16 rounds and serve the mission of
okay, fantastic. Plus, he gets A plus. You'll also follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings as best you can for the rest of your life, yes? Okay. Your initiated name is Pran Krishna Das. And Trupti. Where's your daughter? She's in another room or she's just hanging around? She's got to see Mom take her vows. Where's Gandharvika? She's okay. How many rounds you'll chant every day? Minimum 16. The rules that you'll follow? Okay. And like your good husband, you'll very carefully follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings for the rest of your life. Your initiated name is Taruni Radha Devi Dasi. Taruni means young girl, and we know what Radha means. Okay. Want them to speak into the microphone? Okay. Obeisances? Where's the other mic? It's a local tradition. You got to speak into the mic. I've never been through this one before. Okay. You look happy. Your wife looks happy too. How many rounds you'll chant every day? Minimum 16. And the rules that you'll follow? Okay. And serve Srila Prabhupada's mission for the rest of his life. And his teachings too, right? Fantastic. Initiated name is Krishna Dharma Das.
Krishna Dharma Prabhu ki jai.
Okay. Now the better half. How many rounds you'll chant every day? 16 minimum. And the rules that you'll follow? Okay. And like your good husband, you'll follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings carefully, rest of your life. Yes? Your initiated name is Rasa Parayani Devi
Rasa
Dasi.
Parayani Mataji ki.
Okay. Have these all spelled out so you know what the spelling looks like. Telugu, right? Okay. Have him in Telugu say how many rounds he'll chant every day. 16, very good. And the 4 rules. In Telugu. Say in Telugu.
No meditating, no drinking,
Okay.
no gambling.
No problem. How old are you?
ఎంత వయసు మీది?
74. No problem. May you live many more years and happy life in Krishna consciousness. Blessings of Radha Shama Sundar. Even it's cold out. Not like in Andhra Pradesh. It's much warmer.
ఆంధ్రాలో చాలా వేడిగా ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ చల్లగా ఉంటుంది.
Okay. And you'll continue to follow Prabhupada's teachings, I'm sure.
ప్రభుపాద ప్రచారం చేస్తారు, అంటే ఫాలో చేస్తారు, కంటిన్యూ చేస్తారు.
Okay. Okay. Your initiated name is Mohan Rupa Das.
మోహన్ రూప ప్రభు కి జై.
Okay. Now you help her again. How many rounds you'll chant every day?
మీరు ఎన్ని రౌండ్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు రోజు?
16. Okay, she's got that. And the rules that you'll follow.
రూల్స్ ఎన్నో ఫాలో చేస్తారు మీరు? నాన్ వెజ్,
Okay, yeah.
gambling చేయరు. We don't do anything, any such sort of stuff which is not bad, which is bad.
Again, no problem. She got all 4, right?
And she's mentioning that their relative is Gaurangadas Prabhu,
Ah,
and he suggested her to follow all the rules, so they're following since then. For last 10 years.
Richa Garanga in Seattle.
Richard, yeah, from Seattle.
Did you know that they're his relatives? Okay. I know. Yeah, I know.
So for the last 10
I know. I know very well. He's a disciple. Okay, so now let's just finish the vows. You'll continue to carefully follow Prabhupada's teachings, yes? What books do you have in Telugu at home? Do you have Bhagavatam in Telugu at home?
Yes, Bhagavatam in Telugu.
Oh. Do you like reading Bhagavatam?
మీకు నచ్చుతుంది Bhagavatam చదవడం? She reads.
How much time do you spend reading Bhagavatam every day?
మీరు ఎంత టైం స్పెండ్ చేస్తారు రీడింగ్? ఎంత టైం రోజుకి సమ్ అవర్స్ అంటే కొన్ని నిమిషాలు?
Hours.
5 to 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours every day.
They do 34 rounds of chanting, 32 rounds of chanting.
32 rounds of chanting every day. No wonder you look happy.
మీరు మీ మొహంలో అంటే సంతోషంగా ఉన్నారు.
Okay. Your initiated name is Pushpa Lochani Devidasa. Okay. Hare Krishna. You know the meaning? You know the meaning of rasa? Dead. This is dead. It's dead. Needs another battery. You know the meaning of rasa? Yes? Rasa. And just like we've been saying Narayana, Parayana, Vasudeva, Parayana, Narayani is the, Parayani is the feminine. Your life is rasa. One whose life is rasa. Rasa Parayani. Prabhupada gave a female disciple that name, Rasa Parayani. She's a nice devotee, and so are you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Now when I say Swaha,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
right? Om Agnana Timinandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Swaha.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Om अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः स्वाहा 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 श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं स्वाहा
Hare
स्वाहा
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Vandeham Vandeham
Hare
Sri Guru Sri Juta
Rama
Padakamalam
Rama
Sri Guru
Hare
Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaita Savaduta Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishaka Vitamscha
Krishna Krishna
Swaha Swaha
Hare Rama Hare
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Romapada Swami Iti Namine Swaha 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Hare Krishna
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Swaha
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Swaha 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya
Hare
Krishna Prestaya
Hare
Bhutale
Krishna
Srimate
Krishna
Bhakti
Hare
Siddhanta
Hare
Saraswati
Hare Rama
Saraswati Iti Namine
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Swaha Sri Varsabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabjaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha
Hare Rama
Swaha
Rama
Swaha
Hare Hare
Swaha Madhura Ujjwala
Krishna
Premadya
Krishna
Sri Rupanuga
Krishna Krishna
Bhaktida
Hare
Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti
Rama
Vigrahaya
Hare Rama
Namostute
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Swaha
Hare Krishna
Namaste
Hare Krishna
Gauravani
Krishna Krishna
Simurtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha
Hare
Apasiddhanta
Rama
Dvantahārine Swaha
Hare Krishna
Swaha
Hare Krishna Krishna
Namo Gaura
Krishna
Kishoraya
Hare Hare
Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambodhi Padambujaya Te Namaha Swaha 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 Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Swaha
Hare Krishna
Swaha
Krishna Krishna
Swaha
Hare Hare
Gaura Virbhava
Hare Rama
Bhumistvam
Hare
Nirdista
Rama
Sajane Priyaha
Hare Hare
Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Swaha 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 Vancha kalpatarubhayascha
Rama
Kripa Sindhu Vaya Evacha
Hare Krishna
Patitanam
Hare Krishna
Pavane Vayo Vaishnave Vayo Namo Namaha Swaha
Hare Rama
Swaha
Hare Rama
Swaha Namo Mahavadanyaya
Hare Hare
Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha
Hare Rama
Swaha
Hare Rama
Swaha Swaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishna
Hare Krishna
Bhakta Rupa
Hare Krishna
Swarupakam Bhakta Avtaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam Swaha 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 Jat He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Swaha 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 Jeta Surako Pango Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasya Padamboja Radha Madana Mohana Swaha 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 Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Shri Shri Radha Shila Govinda Deva
Hare Krishna
Presta Devi
Hare
Sevyamana
Krishna
Smarami
Krishna Hare
Swaha
Hare
Swaha
Hare Rama Hare
Sriman
Rama
Rasa
Rama Hare
Rasarambi
Hare
Vansivata Tadastitaha Karsan Veno Swanai Gopihi Gopinatha Sristunaha Swaha 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 Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Krishna Krishna
Vrishabhano
Hare
Sute Devi
Hare Rama
Hare Priye
Hare Rama
Swaha
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Swaha Swaha
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Swaha 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Swaha
Krishna Krishna
Swaha
Hare
Swaha Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Swaha Swaha
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hold the banana in your hand.
Rama Rama
Everybody can stand up.
Hare
Holding the banana in your hand with two hands.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Mala chhod do, mala
Hare
chhod
Hare Hare Rama
Namo
Hare Rama
Namo Brahmanya
Rama
Devaya
Hare Hare
Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Swaha. You can offer the banana.
Hare Rama
All the bananas should go in the fire. Slowly, slowly.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Like it's circumambulate.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama